What you gonna do?
Everybody, so K1 visas, that's what we start out with. Almost 4.5 years later, we are finally down to our last 2 steps. So I want to say steps to finalizing the whole thing, which today my wife had her biometrics done. That is now out of the way. The next thing that comes will be she'll have her interview, and then after the interview she will be sworn in as a United States citizen. I gotta say, 4.5 years. It's been 4.5 years to get to this point. And you look back on your experience. You look back on what you went through. And you will go through your highs and your lows through the whole operation of, dealing with immigration and USCIS and what have you. But I can honestly tell you, 4.5 years ago, when we went through the first step of getting things done, it can be challenging. It can definitely be challenging because there's a waiting period, and each time the government, there's different steps. So each time you have to be sure that you have everything that the government is asking for. Otherwise, it sets you back. And we made sure that we had everything. You depending on where you live, you have to do your part, and your spouse also has to do their part. So it can be, man, I can honestly tell you that it was pretty nerve-wracking at first, because you send in everything that the government is asking for, and you just wait. You wait to hear from the government to find out if it had been accepted. Like the application, was it accepted? And it's just a waiting period, and you're just waiting and waiting, and finally you'll either get a email, you'll get a notification saying your application has been accepted, and you wipe the sweat away and you take a deep breath and say, wow, now we move to the next phase. But I can honestly tell you, for my wife and I, it was a very smooth process for us, because we made sure we double, triple checked everything that had to go to the government in order for it to be a smooth process. And I got to tell you, man, I am really, really proud of my wife. My wife, and actually not just my wife, but listen, my hat, I don't really wear hats, but I'm going to say it, my hat goes off to anybody that picks up and leaves their country to be with somebody that they love. It is a transformation that will create ups and downs with just the way that you feel, and it doesn't go away. It stays with you. You may feel lonely, you may feel you just miss your family, you miss your friends, you miss your country. But my hat goes off to anybody that is going through it, has gone through it, because it takes a lot for somebody just to give up their life to want to start a new life with someone else. And what really burns me up is you have so many people that think that it's either just for money. They're doing it because they're trying to have a better life. Listen, there is a lot of people in these third world countries that actually have a pretty decent life. They work for a living, and they've gone to college, and they're happy. They're happy, okay? That's the way it was for my wife. She was happy. She never thought that she would be coming to the United States, and I personally never thought that I would have a relationship with somebody in the Philippines, but it's something that was just meant to be. It was meant to happen, and it did. And I'm just so proud of my wife. She still has her ups and downs. Okay, she misses her family and misses a lot of things of her country. But one pointer that I would give anybody would be to make sure that you still have that communication with the family, whether it be through Skype, through whatever, a social network, so that you're still able to see your family, to talk to your family. That is very, very, very important. I don't know, I've heard numerous stories of people that come into a different country and they have nothing more to do with their families. And I don't understand that. I just don't know how you can just walk away and not bother your family, have nothing more to do with them, or you don't even try to go back to visit them, or those things. Just, I don't understand. My wife and I, we try to get back to the Philippines every 2 years. Now, if I had it my way, I'd be going back yearly, but it just doesn't work out that way. It takes money. It's expensive to travel that distance. It's like 60, what is it? Is it like I think it's like 6,400 miles to the Philippines. That's a long trip. So we actually had gone, we got back this March 2017. We was over there for 2 weeks, and then we came back. So it's just always good to see the family when we go over. And let's face it, it is more fun in the Philippines. I miss the Philippines, and I wish that I could just go to the international airport and just jump on a plane and go back. But as far as immigration, you just have to make sure that you're doing everything that they're asking you to do. A lot of people don't really pay attention to what the government is asking for, and that's how things get screwed up. They get screwed up. You'll get a notification or a letter in the mail telling you we still need this, and that sets you back. That could set you back for weeks or even months. So make sure that you have everything in line that they're asking for before you send them that information, because that's just very, very, very important. So anyways, we have 2 more steps. My wife's next step is she will have her interview. We have to wait 4 months for that because they are backed up. And then after the interview, if the interview goes well, she then will be sworn in as a United States citizen. And another thing that we have to do is if you go with a dual citizenship, so that you don't lose your citizenship in your own country, you must go and get that set up before. No, it's after. You can actually be sworn in as a U.S. citizen here, but once that's done, then you have to go. Like for my wife and I, we have to travel back to New York City to the Philippine Embassy, and we have to take care of that dual citizenship. Otherwise, if you don't do that, you will lose your citizenship in your own country. That won't be good. I don't think that's good for anybody unless you just don't want anything more to do with your country. But anyhow, y'all, that's where we're at. And good luck to anybody that's currently in the first stages, the middle stage, whatever, the last final stage. Best of luck to you, and I hope it all goes well, just as it did for my wife and I. Until then, keep it real. Just be happy with who you are with. The people in your life, just be happy. Keep it real, y'all. Bye.